This is Lightning ESL, also known as brian.little324@gmail.com. Think of the word job. You have a job. Is it a job or is it your career? Big difference. They are not the same thing. Somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? All right, very common question at a party, introduction to a family, whatever it is. What do you do for a living? How do you support yourself? Some people might say, I don't work. My parents support me for everything. You might have a job at this, you might have a career at that. So let's talk about the word job. What is a job? At first glance, you might say, well, you're doing something to support society in some way. Why are you doing this? To pay certain bills like rent, pay for food, entertainment, a car payment, whatever it is. That's why you have a certain job. Job is the first level of understanding, all right? It's usually expressed as a short-term type of issue with yourself. It's short-term. I started a new job. All right? It's short term. You just started. So like from day one to, let's say, 3 or 5 years, it's still a job, still a job, still a job. Day in and day out, you do your job, requirements of your job description, you fulfill that. That's your job. All right? It's a necessity. All right? Unless you win the lottery or your parents or relatives help you with money for this, this, and this, you go to your job every day, day in and day out, whatever. All right? It's short-term type of time frame. All right? That's the key. However, some people might say a job is just the first building block or stepping stone of a career. A career, which is like 5 years or more, is a career. What does that mean? Places you can grow in that particular company. You're not just there for one job. You're doing many, many things in that job. You're branching out. You're learning more and so on. That 3 years is turned into 4 to 5 to 6 and so on. It's a career. As your learning progresses in that field of expertise, whatever it is, it's called a career. It is not short term. It's long term. That's why they call it career. So when you finished high school and you say to yourself, well, do you want just a job or do you want a career in this? You ask your parents, you ask a guidance teacher, you ask all kinds of people. Again, you have to ask yourself, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? A very hard question, of course. But you have to start somewhere. In a job, whatever it is. There's no such thing as a bad job. There isn't. There's no such thing as a perfect job. Of course not. But you've got to start somewhere. And the amazing thing is, after high school, when you start here and you start there, at first you say to yourself, well, it's just a job, paying my bills, paying for the gasoline for my car, entertainment, food, rent, and so on. But sometimes that job turns into a career. Yeah. You can't believe what's going on. Time has passed, but you've also learned different things as part of your job description. You've taken on this responsibility and that responsibility. So now instead of a job, it's more like a career. Or the other type of traveling. You took a job and that job turned into a lifelong type of exercise. Yeah, you didn't grow. You did the same job day in and day out. You didn't learn anything new. Old expression is, well, I have 20 years experience. However, think about it. In the first year of that job, all right, because at first, like I said before, it's just a job. It's not a career yet. So the first year of that job, you learn the qualifications, description of your job, how to perform it excellent. That's your job, isn't it? But after a while, you realize, you know what? I don't want any extra responsibility. I just want to get a certain paycheck, a certain salary, certain benefits. I'll repeat this exercise day in and day out for years to come. Now, some people are very happy with that. They are. They're very happy doing that particular job because it's a guaranteed salary, guaranteed company, guaranteed benefits. You're a happy camper. You have a family, let's say in the future, you have to provide for your family. You need job security. And today's world, is there such a thing as job security? No, there isn't. But you have to start somewhere. Yeah. So you have to say to yourself, do I want just a job or do I want a career? It's a big difference between the two. And it's very hard to decide after grade 12 in school, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Your parents want you to do this and grow. However, only you know you. You're going to go through many roadblocks, many blocks here, many blocks there, good, the bad, the ugly of any kind of job, and so on. Some may lead to a prosperous and lifelong career. Some might lead to a job. It's just a job, and that's it. No responsibility, no feeling in a sense. In other words, after 8 hours or a week of 40 hours, whatever it is, you basically go, I did my job successfully. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. And you're happy. So you have to say to yourself, what do you want to do after grade 12? Do you want a job or do you want a career? Combination of both. You might say to yourself. Some people might say, is it a job or is it a career or is it just a hobby turned into a lifelong passion? You might call it a job. You might call it a career. If you do what you love, every day is not a job. You're not like a slave of any kind, of do whatever. You enjoy going to work. You enjoy helping people in a product or service. That is not a job. It's the career side of helping others. So think about it clearly when you finished high school, all right? It's hard to understand this. I know that 18 years old or 17 years old and so on. Some people know what they want to do at 16. Everybody's different. But you'll find certain passions and training in your mind. You're leaning towards this type of area of expertise or that area. Or do you want simply a job? Whatever you're happy with, that's the key. Not what anybody else says or does. It's what you're happy with. Can you look in the mirror every day and go to this job or towards this career or doing this hobby, which is a combination of both? That's what you have to say to yourself. What is my best avenue of thought when I finished high school? It's a hard decision, of course, but think it clearly as you go through this. All right? This is Lightning ESL. You can reach me for further information at brian.little324@gmail.com. Till next time, bye-bye.